Austin Rivers had football players in their feelings during an appearance on the Pat McAfee Show when he made this bold claim.
Where the best athletes in the world are, that's us. I can take 30 players right now in the NBA and throw them in the NFL. You cannot take 30 NFL players and put them in the NBA.
Whoa. It's because you only allow 5 on the court. Let's all relax.
It's because you got to break every play. All you got to do is catch the ball and run north or south.
Listen, our sport,
it ain't complex.
Our sport's better. Our sport's better because we would just create a position for one of you 5'2", 40 running 6'10" guys and just put them, can't get hit much, fragile. Yeah. All right, a little thin, very tall. We would just create a position because we got big brains in our sport.
Listen,
that's what we would do.
There's a reason why hip-hop artists, when they rap, they compare themselves to ballers. They're not talking about footballers, they're talking about basketball players.
That's because they're not tough. And I'm a punter. This is me being a punter saying all these things.
There's a reason why all the girls that we get done with them, the NFL players usually end up dating them later. They come to us first, bro. We set the culture.
So Austin Rivers did say some factual information there. There's been long-standing beef between football players, basketball players. Okay. We don't wear helmets.
What's so funny is Pat McAfee proved his point.
Y'all beef with football players?
Huh?
Nah.
Back in college.
I never did.
Oh.
Yeah, that's UCLA. But he proved his point when he said we can take basketball players and create a position for them. So you can just take us, so we're so athletic and gifted that you can make a position for us. Even if we're prissy, you can put us as whatever, and we can kind of succeed. You kind of proved his point. We can't take you guys, in a sense, and put you in the sport, and you can be dominant at it. You got to dribble, jump, run. You have to be able to have been playing this sport as a child to pick it up. You just can't say, all right, NFL players, let's go play. Now, you can bring 30 of us over there. 30 of us are going to get quit. We're going to quit once we get hit. I can tell you that for sure. Yeah, I can play receiver, right? Well, you hit me, I'm out.
Well, this new NFL is not. This NFL, yeah, you can play in.
Not the old.
Not the one before they start changing the rules.
So like I said, they had a bunch of football players in their feelings. I was at the gym yesterday. Saw a former All-Pro offensive lineman, Dwayne Brown. He asked me to discuss this topic on the show. He's not feeling what Austin Rivers was saying.
Some of them big dudes athletic, but they couldn't transition, right? Them dudes, some of them receive, like the most athletic dudes on the field are the wide receivers, right? And them dudes 5'11". Like, what can they pop? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it ain't even got nothing to do.
Like, the biggest receiver, most athletic receiver is Calvin Johnson.
Yeah.
Right? Him and Randy Moss.
But all that athleticism, you still stiff as hell, still can't dribble, still can't. If you can't shoot,
well, Randy hooped before.
Randy can hoop,
but he's still a football player.
He can't
play. He hooped like a football player.
He can't play though.
So former NFL 3-time Defensive Player of the Year J.J. Watt wasn't rolling and roasted Rivers for the disrespect. He tweeted the following. He said, "You don't got a job in either right now. Go ahead and try it."
But neither do you.
Like, the only person who can who should be chiming in is somebody.
He retired.
And Austin Rivers is what?
Retired too.
Well,
but like somebody like T.O., someone who played both sports, someone like Patrick Mahomes,
but they still look like football players.
I know, but what I'm saying is people who's been playing it. So those are technically the best basketball players out of football players.
They played in high school.
So they played in high school growing up.
Gonzalez, Gates.
So we can see them. Julius Peppers, right?
Julius Peppers was a beast.
The two-way player.
Still moved like a football player.
Ronald Curry.
Ronald Curry. Yeah. So we've seen the best. What's the names, right? The best football players. But in football, you have to have, in basketball, being a football player, you have to be able to dribble, jump, shoot, dodge, all that, all in one time. You guys growing up didn't train, you didn't do that.
One skill set.
You just had one skill set. Run, catch it, and then try to take off. We can do that.
I'll tell you one thing.
The physical part is the difference with us. You hit me, I'm gone, I'm serious. I play defense.
But you got to hit on defense.
I know I can.
I ain't got to hit.
I know I can do it. I know I can do it. I was already doing this shit, but I know I can give 30 NBA players a chance to get one position in the NFL. You know what they're going to be able to do? Punt that bitch. You're going to be able to kick a fucking football. Hey, Pat, that's one thing all of us going to be able to do because you know what's not going to happen to us? We're not going to get hit. We're not gonna get hit.
play
You
his
get to kick the
position.
ball. You get to kick the ball. You don't get hit. You get the
play
fuck
his
out the way.
position.
No, but
His
I mean,
position.
let's just
His
be honest.
position.
Not just be honest.
We get to be punters.
We can be quarterbacks,
Yeah.
right? Because we're used to throwing the ball, handling the ball high, or the court. We can be tight ends. We can be receivers. We're gonna be big
Safeties,
receivers. We're gonna be
cornerbacks.
we're gonna
We
be
can be
safety.
defensive
We can be a lot of
cornerbacks,
defensive.
DBs,
defensive ends.
Zion could go out there right now. I feel
Defensive ends for sure.
Listen, I'm trying to tell, big DJ Burns of NC State, hey, he's gonna make a whole lot of. Listen, if he decides, I hope he's listening. I hope somebody tell him, son, you need to go play left tackle somewhere, because all it is 3 defensive slides, dog. Right?
It's more than
long
that.
arms.
It's more than that.
Long arms, keeping the guy at bay. But
Trev.
But that's the thing.
Tripping out right
But that's the thing. You just like you said, we can take you and create a position.
Yeah, he can
So
play
you can say he's been playing basketball his whole life.
Play left tackle.
And then you can say, all right, bring in left tackle and play football.
He can play left tackle,
Right?
right tackle.
If that's your thought process to even consider that, you validate his point. Because there's no football player that we've seen and said, all right, you can probably play basketball and you've never touched a sport before.
Yeah.
Right? Most of the football players that play basketball was a dual sport athlete anyway. So you can just transit, and they just stuck with football more.
I played both going up.
Like what's the dude from he just got drafted. I don't know if it's the is it the Buffalo? The Buffalo's pick.
Okay, what?
His basketball highlights, jumping on everybody. Yeah, that makes sense. that makes sense. That motherfucker makes sense, right?
But we don't got no position in basketball where you just dunk.
No.
Like, nigga, you got to be able to play and move and guard. Like, the football players.
Keon Coleman, Gil, you talking about?
Wasn't him?
That dude's funny.
It's one of them.
You see Myles Garrett on the basketball floor now.
You look at him.
He can move, but he still move like he
a football player.
Gonna tackle you
Like
in a given moment.
We was in college and we had football players come try out and they made our team. But they did not fucking play. They did not fucking, because you know why? Because they was fucking football players. You're a football player, you guard. They play great defense. They hack the fuck out you. They stay in front of you.
Shout out to Brad Jackson.
They make sure you work hard for your shit. But other than that, they have to put in years of what we put into the craft to actually be good. It's like us trying to play baseball. Like, we don't just go out there and be like, I'm gonna throw a fastball and it's gonna be fast. Like, no, they hone in, getting it into the strike zone and the curve and all that.
I guess it's easier to explain like this. If we took 30 of your best athletes in football and take 30 of the best athletes in basketball and just switch them, right? Who would be more successful on the switch? It'd be basketball players.
Yeah.
One, you can find a position for us to be successful in. That switch, when you guys are here, it won't work for you.
But majority of our 30 would be in specific positions. We wouldn't be able to scatter us all out on all positions. It would be receiver, quarterback.
Yeah, will we be motherfucking Tom Brady? No.
Like the only position
we won't be Tom Brady out
wouldn't be able to
We can
play.
be Tebow.
Like it's in the trenches, right? The only position that basketball players wouldn't be able to play is in the trenches.
Down on that line.
On the
That
ground.
line.
It goes down.
Them big
Offensive
boys.
line, defensive line.
They 300-something pounds.
Shaq?
But
One.
that's
it?
Jahadi White.
Maybe
Roddy White?
Steven Adams, maybe.
Nah, he get his ass
Strong
fucked up.
motherfucker.
That nigga, no.
He's
played
strong as
rugby.
fuck.
So
He play rugby?
Hell yeah.
Let's do a quick game of facts or cap. 30 NBA players could play in the NFL right now. Facts or cap. Let's go around. Rashad, what you got to say?
30 NBA players
Could play in the NFL.
today's NBA? Or
Adam
NBA
Silver's
period?
current National Basketball Association could play in the NFL.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like current 30, but we're saying just play, make a team and play a couple downs.
So you say facts?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. There's too many. What I'm saying is
30
there's so
NBA
many.
players to be successful in the NFL with the right position.
Right position. How many positions are there?
It's 11 positions. It's only certain positions.
Offense and defense. So there's
11 on
22?
11. 11 on 11. 22.
So
players
22
on-
different
Then
positions.
kickers,
Yes.
punters.
Then that's a whole nother. But it's only certain positions that basketball players will play, right? You said quarterback, receiver, DB, defensive end.
Running back.
Certain guys can play running back because of their stature. They can play running back, but safety, like
But
defensive
Westbrook
back,
is safety, like we talked about
defensive
previously.
backs, receivers, quarterback. Some guys could play defensive end, some guys do statue running back, but those are the fantasy positions in football. Right? Those are the most of the positions that people like, they make plays. So that's what it is. Just athleticism, running around, making plays. That's what we do. We're athletic and we run around and make plays. So
like, I don't think like most of them, like they need to understand, like, most of the guys is 6'6", 6'5", with the same type of speed. Right, so it's you can Hail Mary the fuck up out of us, and that DB that's at 5'6", get out of here.
He ain't got a chance.
Yeah, that 5'6" DB. I mean,
his vertical can be whatever it is, and he ain't got.
That's what I'm saying. You're talking about this is not putting us on the same scale as the Terrell Owens and those tall guys. We're those tall guys and even taller.
And he's 6'3".
Right, and he's 6'3". Like, I've been dunked on by that motherfucker, so I know what he can do.
Right? You share too much info on the show.
You know what I mean? I've been dunked on by them big receivers, but that's who we are. We're those type of receivers, right? We're the big ones. We're not the 5. You can say that.
We the Calvin Johnson.
Just throw the shit up
Calvin
here.
Johnson 6'5".
Yeah, sit and throw the shit up. Get your little ass down there. Yeah, you might hit me running through the middle or something. I'll probably run the fuck out of bounds, but for the most part, I'm gonna catch the ball.
The question for them is who y'all gonna put on our side to play our positions.
That's fair.
Who you gonna put out of your 30 that's gonna play point guard, that's gonna play shooting guard and can shoot, that's gonna play the 3-man that can slash, dunk, and rebound. That's the 4-man that can face up, that can rebound, and pick and roll, and a 5-man that ain't fat as hell, that can't run up and down the floor, right? They don't get winded. They actually can run up and be like Joker.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Boy,
you
them
can't
dudes
mix and
playing
match.
at 4-second spurts. Them niggas are down at basketball.
It's only, but that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about them, you're only talking about a few.
Yeah.
We're talking about the Garretts, right? You're talking about a Cam Newton, right? Who's big, he's athletic, right? You can say, all right, just come out here and be Dorton, play some defense, lock a motherfucker up or something.
You ain't got to score.
Right? Yeah, you can do that.
Ocho Cinco was a fast. He probably on some cross you over.
Yeah, he probably that. We gonna sit there. Hey, leak out, motherfucker. Don't be too fast for the layup.
Yeah, but they think like you ain't going
Kerry Kittle style. It's just
smoking that shit every time.
you too fast, and that's how they used to do. They used to too fast for their own good. It's like nigga, you need to slow down. Slow the fuck down.
You could put Wemby out there to block extra points and field goals, but that's just my grandmaster.
He a
plan.
kicker. He gonna be a kicker in a
Just put your hands up and jump, dog.
Him and Rudy on.
I think they think we just gonna be like some tight ends trying to run across the middle.
Yeah.
You're gonna have a whole bunch of niggas catching and falling.
So
wait, hold on, coach. You said what?
Players faster than like people think. If you time the average basketball player in the 40, you're going certain positions like guards.
4-2, 4-3.
No. 4-4.
You crazy as hell. 4-2.
Like
point guards.
No. Let's be realistic here.
4-2 is very, very fast, bro. 4-2 is very, very. They don't run 4-2.
I ran a 10-3 in high school.
Talking about a 40-yard dash.
I'm a 40-yard.
I don't know what that is. We didn't run 40 in
we're talking about
Why
football players.
Why is you even saying what it is? You
I'm saying, how you
know what it is?
If I ran a 10-3, translate that to two motherfucking 40.
Translation until you do it, bro.
Oh, I don't.
There ain't no translation.
So 40-yard dash. Some guards, anybody fast guards, they 4-4, 4-5.
Yes.
4-5.
I ran a 4.
I ran a 4-6 as a sophomore in high school at 6'6".
Yeah, see, I don't know.
So when it comes to 30 NBA
What
players,
is a 10-3 in the 40?
I don't know, Gilbert.
Bro, you can't. There ain't. Yeah, 4-7.
So these motherfuckers running 900s?
I think they slow down after that first initial 40 get in.
Oh yeah, I don't know. That's what I said. I don't know.
So when it comes to 30 NBA players being able
Hell,
to play
hold on.
in the NFL
Pat
right
Williams
now,
run something at 50.
5. He won a 5. He won a 5.
Niggas a 5 flat or some
Five.
You run a 5
change.
flat.
Some 5
at
change.
50.
5 and some change.
Nigga,
you can run a 5 and change on a bad wheel.
So you talking about 0.4 of a second? Get back down at
It's a lot. So it ain't what you think, man.
Cat ran a 4.97 allegedly.
Yeah, the fastest time on record is like low,
4.22.
4.21, 4.19.
Recently, though. Recently.
Yeah.
Right?
I gotta see some. I gotta
4.19.
No, it was 4.25.
4.21.
It was 4.25.
4.25.
So we asked the chat, could Hoopers play in the NFL? We got nearly 3,000 voters, 59% said yes. But let's move on to some actual basketball subject. I think you guys are going to be very interested in talking about.
Running 10-3, you better check my police record. I was a 100 runner and a 400 runner. I was a track runner first.